Hello, and welcome back to Another Waters. We are now equipped with a lethal weapon, the blowtorch. 2/3 through the game, apparently. Not sure exactly if that counts, like, the story, or if that's, 100% of, like, all scans and stuff like that. We'll have to see, I suppose. And we have a lot of horrible abyss to go through. More stuff over here in the brine pools. There's a brine strider carapace. This island out in the brine lake is a popular scavenging spot for brine striders. Might they raise their young here as well? But then we also have this big place. Yeah, I wonder if this is like the end, or if we were gonna get something over here or over here as well. Like down here? Maybe not. This could be kind of close to it. But yeah, I think to start, I definitely want to try and get over here in this, I think it was like here-ish or here that you could go down. There was like a door we could break through if we had a blowtorch kind of thing. And then over here as well, that creature, which sounds weird to use a blowtorch on, but I think I'm gonna try it. So let's start here. Hold on, was there anything else? Did you want to, like, talk or something? No? Life support at, like, 75%. Has that been going down? Oh yeah, wait, didn't I have stuff to read? Did I? I do. Yeah. I think I just, I checked the sketches to get a thumbnail, right? And then I was supposed to read these, so... Alright, let's get started. Nesting weavers. Weavers are creatures found in the bloom, where they build elaborate cylindrical nests, protected by bubbles of oxygenated water. Iridescent and translucent, weavers themselves are difficult to observe individually due to their size and speed. Each nest is a hive of activity, as is the fizzing skin of the bubbles that protect them, which the weavers carefully maintain. If at any point the integrity of that bubble seems to be collapsing, many weavers will rapidly respond, leaving the nest in swarms to rebuild the bubble skin. These are the, bee-like things, yeah? What is it that the weavers are protecting, and how are they shielding themselves so effectively from the bloom? Analysis of individual weavers might help if we're able to catch some of them. Analysis of weaver specimens show them to be shelled creatures with a set of jointed mandibles, which they use to handle their threads. These threads are the most fascinating aspect of the weavers. They are silk, but lined with a type of bacteria which lives inside the mouth parts of the weaver. When the threads are produced, they are coated with this bacteria, which aggressively consumes the microbial growth of the bloom. When not producing silk, this bacteria is kept alive by scavenging on the food that the weavers eat, taking their share from particles stuck on the weaver's mouth parts. However, analysis of the weavers themselves still gives no idea what might lie in their nest. They protect these nests aggressively, but if I could find an abandoned one, it may be possible to sample it. The pieces of weaver nest we found offer an insight into the weaver's protective behavior. Wrapped in its threads are thousands of weaver eggs. What? I never could have guessed that they were protective of their nest because that's where they have their eggs and young. Fancy that. This suggests that, like ants or termites, weavers are a eusocial species, with many generations of weavers protecting and maintaining a singular productive female. These weaver queens must be somewhere within the active weaver nests, protected by layers of silken threads and weaver workers. Nest fragments also reveal that the weavers farm their own food within the nest structure, carefully maintaining tubular fields of microbes, which through the weavers' careful cultivation seem to produce oxygen rather than the toxins that poison the bloom. How can this be possible? And here they are. Like a mix between bees and ants, I guess. Weaver not to scale. Weaving mandibles, translucent layered shell, weaver nest, weaver worker, silken mesh. So these were the, like, giant bubbles that you can breathe in, right? kind of weird that they wouldn't, like, you know, be upset about me going in there. Like, do we just break through these? I don't know how that works. Wait, yeah. What exactly was that? Oh, that was just, yeah, hold on. Yeah, I didn't mean to X that. Okay. Then lung crests, we can also read, yeah. Lung crests resemble large crabs in their basic anatomy, though they are instantly recognizable by the large multi-chambered bubbles they carry on their backs. The function of these bubbles is unclear, but each individual produces slightly different bubble forms, and individuals have also been observed with their bubbles at different levels of inflation. They seem to be filled with gas, but without analyzing one directly, we cannot know which gases. To feed, lung crests use their complex mouthparts to chew up silt and rock, slowly and systematically working through their territory. These territories seem to be unique to each creature, and I have yet to see one lung crest trespassing on another individual's garden. A direct sample of their mucus bubbles might help us understand more about their behavior. After finding a shed lung crest bubble, it has been possible to analyze its contents. The majority of the bubble is filled with oxygen, with some amounts of methane, nitrogen, and carbon dioxide. It seems that in its processing of minerals and compounds found in the silt and rock of the ocean floor, lung crests are able to produce and process these gases, perhaps with the help of a bacterial symbiome? What is that word? Like, symbiote? I thought it was, not symbiont.
Symbiont.
Symbiont. Okay. I don't think I've ever heard that. So wait. What is the difference between symbiont, what was it? I already forgot. And symbiote. Symbiote is fictional? That's not even a real word? No? A symbiote is an organism in a partnership with another, such that each profits from being together. And what did they say again? Hold on.
Symbiont.
Symbiont. Symbiont. A symbiont is an organism that lives in a symbiotic relationship. A symbiote. God damn it. So they are just synonyms. Yeah, I've never heard of the iont thing. Okay, living inside their bodies. But what are they producing these bubbles for? It could be that they are defensive structures, able to be shed and popped when the relatively slow-moving and vulnerable lung crests need to escape. But then why the carefully managed cocktail of gases? Further investigation is needed. In particular, we should look to inspect a lung crest shell. Sampling a lung crest shell has made the function of their mucus-lined bubbles clear. After seeing lung crests scavenging around, and even entering into the brine pools, it seems obvious that their bubbles are in fact natural scuba gear, allowing them to move around the anoxic environment of the brine lake. The shell confirms this, with a clear vent in the shell which allows the lung crest to access the gas within the bubble without breaking it. This unique evolution means that despite their slow speed and sheer ignorance of what goes on around them, lung crests are highly resilient. Their thick shells and bubble crests together forming a kind of analog of my own dive suit. I'll be sure to say hello to these fellow divers the next time we visit the brine lake. Nice. Yeah, interesting. Thick protective shell, mucus-lined bubble crest, armored limbs, lung crest processing rock and minerals. Alright, and then also brine strider, but this one we're not done with, so let's leave that. Snare veil we're not done with. Brine eaters we are done with. Brine eaters are hairy, frond-like creatures that live in clumps around... Apparently that's Glyce, I think. I think that was how it was pronounced. Hold on, I looked this up, but then I forgot. Pronounce. Because, I mean, it's a star we've already named. Apparently it's a different number, but another, Glyce thing is oh, it was previously one of the most Earth-like planets, which makes sense to use it as a sci-fi destination. I don't know if I can find any, like, good pronunciation.
Glees.
Just Glees? Come on, I just changed how I pronounced it. Is it just Glees? I don't know, man. Now it's just German, which is not really the same.
Glees.
Yeah, that's probably not English. I don't know, I'm just gonna say Glees then. Not sure if that's wrong. Deep ocean brine pools. Looking like large, dark, overgrown ferns. Also, I wish the music didn't cut out when I alt-tab in this game. They sway their branching limbs through the pools, whisking the cloudy brine as they do. Each frond is thick with bristles, which are often caked in a bright orange substance that reacts to the brine on contact, brightening as it does. God, that was a sentence. What exactly this substance is, or does, is difficult to tell, but it seems that the eaters intentionally foster its growth on their limbs, using their matted hair to keep it attached. This is a very, like, weird to read paragraph, I feel. Individual eaters can be hard to isolate from the clumps they live in, making additional observations difficult. Understanding more about these creatures will require us to gather some samples. I need to gather some tea into my mouth. Oh boy. Analyzing samples of bacteria which grows among the hairs of the brine eaters' fronds has shown that it is their main source of nutrition. This bacteria, which is extremophile in nature, extremophile, I don't know, is able to metabolize the toxic brine the eater dips it into. The eater repeatedly dips the bacteria into the brine in order to regulate its growth, with each dip causing a rapid increase in reproduction within the bacterial colony. Man, I already can't read, and it's been like 10 minutes. When the eater's limb is thick with orange microbes, it then wipes it across another frond, where much of the bacteria is quickly digested by the creature, leaving just enough behind on the limb to regrow the colony. It seems the name brine eater is a misnomer. It is the bacteria which eats the brine, and eaters just consume the bacteria. Yep. Inspecting the tissue of a brine eater shows that despite a full nervous system, they have no central brain. In fact, regeneration present in the tissue samples suggests that a brine eater could be regrown from just a single piece of an individual, and is highly resistant to predatory damage. With no central self to orient themselves around, brine eaters are a highly resilient form of life, which is perhaps how they have come to exist in one of the harshest environments of Glees, the shore of a brine lake. They are so resilient, in fact, that I would expect the brine eaters and their variants might be found all across this ocean, each one grown from the smallest fragment of one original individual deep in the past of this planet. Yeah, it's just big plant things. And they're stationary, I guess? So what happens if the brine pools, like, dry up or whatever? I mean, I guess they die. Alright, so that was animals. Now... bloom, froth, nothing. Okay, we are done for now. We are free. Finally. So now... we can dive back in. So let's go over here. Wait, hold on, let's check the stuff. Sample stores, maybe I want to grab some stuff. Like just one of these, just in case we need oxygen, I guess, and then we'll get the rest of the stuff. That should be fine. Alright, we're back. Also, we can get more of these here, I think. How do I move again? W, yeah. And then zoom in as well. Yep, now I have that. Let's charge one of these. What is this? Plasma torch. Oh. So how do I Oh, it's like charging up really slowly over time? So you can't use it, like, until you've been driving around, like, a whole bunch? Or what? Huh. Not entirely sure how that works. I mean, I guess we'll see. Maybe this will become relevant once we actually want to use it. So, let's go. Oh god, what was the other control? Control was the other control. Do I care? I guess so. So I think it was like in here somewhere. Yeah, that, I think? What are we doing out here? Picking through the remains of the bloom? No more wandering. We should be heading deeper. That's where the answers lie. No! Call in the drone and let's find that final ROV. No! Bullshit! Fuck you! No! We want to, like, open this up. There's probably tons of answers over there. God damn it, you asshole. That's annoying. Alright. Fine. Fine, whatever. Let's go then. I thought I was in control here. Serves you right, I just wasted like 5.1 hours because of your stubbornness. Alright, well in that case, I feel like we shouldn't... Oh yeah. Vital signs unclear. Foreign genetic material detected. Rapid tissue growth. Oh. Yeah, we can see it here. Error, error, error. Uh-huh. Sounds good. Generator at 34% efficiency. Sonar system is inactive. Maybe she can go up there and do something with that at some point. Alright, so in that case, I guess I'll skip this stuff. Like, I think there's more to explore somewhere around here. I mean, here specifically, but I might have left some stuff, like, on the left or something. But I guess you just want to go here then, so let's do it. Hello. Complex creature. What is that? It looks like a whole menagerie, or however you pronounce that, of creatures caught in a silken net. Menagerie? Menagerie? I don't know. French, am I right? Basalt towers. Another group of towers rises towards pale light, each strata piled with silver silts. Shadowed gap. In the shadow of the towers, there's a deep silence. Pale passage. From between the towers, a pale blue light flickers over the rocks. Wide gap. Flanked by the towers, this pass leads ever deeper, down the slope. Let's head here first. So I guess I can't go over to the right side either to open that up, so yeah, we'll just leave it for now. Veil tangle. The veils reach out towards the black basalt towers, emanating flashes of cyan light. Yeah, let's go. And this is just where I came from, is it? No? More veils. We need to be careful. There has to be a way to find a path through. But you want to go through here? I thought we wanted to go, like, up mostly. Clear water. A gap has opened up between the veils, allowing passage between their gauzy bodies. Oh. Okay, it's just this guy again. Splitting veil. This veil is in the process of splitting away. I thought I saw something up here. From the rest of its body. It is now... Is this how veils are born, or is this an injury? Tangle edge. Even on the far side of the Tangle veil. Tangle, the veil's lights can be overwhelming, multiplying my shadow in all directions. Points of light. With the blinding veils behind me, I notice smaller pinpricks of light moving across the slope. There are other creatures here. Strobing veil. This close to a veil, the light is unbearably intense, its repeated patterns leaving ghosts on my retinas. And this will hurt a little bit? Yeah. But let's just go back here and check. Veil field. Veils shimmer along the slope, marked with both glittering lights and the dark remains of those creatures who strayed too close. Yeah, so that was it. It was just like, this is the better path to take going around instead. Let's do one of these. Why not? Water bulbs. I'm calling these cryptic creatures water bulbs. Let's see what we can uncover about them back at the lab. Yeah, now you want to, like, uncover stuff? I thought you were so preoccupied with finding that ROV. Overgrown outcrop. This outcrop hides a wealth of life, from long-legged crawlers and filter feeders to blurred shapes which flit through the suit's lamps. Each of the wide petals has a pattern of stomata and stamen across its surface, and from these some kind of pollen is drifting out in clumps. Bright fan. Again? We have that, right? No? I thought we already had bright fans, like, completed. Significantly taller than the blooms fans. These creatures seem to favor the rocky substrate of the ocean floor. Oh, hello. Towards basalt. Oh my god. Did he get scared? Did he drain? I think he, like, zapped me. Occasionally, this creature stops and unfolds its tentacle and chambers to cover a broad area of water. Is it hunting? I think he just drained some power. Basalt pillars, yeah. Don't do it again. Glowing fan. This huge curved fan glows with a warm bioluminescence. Waves of amber light pass up its considerable height. Fan sheath, the filtering sheath of a glowing fan studded with pollen. I mean, we have a bunch of this, we might as well, like, use this, I guess. Don't have much power remaining now. Fast creature. Oh, that's not a new thing? A better look at these creatures show they are swimming with their rear legs, while using their tails to propel themselves somehow. On closer inspection, these petals are solid growths, not fragile objects. They sit like thin tree stumps in the sand, each on its own wide stalk. Deep oasis. From this side, this arrangement of pulsing and growing forms, nested into the basalt, is a sanctuary of life and warming light. God, they're fast. Ovular growths. Standing beside these clusters of egg-like forms, I can feel them filtering huge volumes of seawater in pulsing gulps. But that's not something I can sample? No. Deep pollen, large floating particles produced by deep sea plants. Hold on, T. Downward slope. Away from the outcrop, the silty slope begins to descend again. Veil field. A large field of veils whose pale blue light appears unpleasantly cold in comparison to the warmth of the oasis. Bright veils. A large tangle of veils stretches out ahead, producing a cyan light that softly flickers in the dark. No wonder Mina's ROVs never returned. These veils are everywhere. Like on Earth, they must rely on predation to survive this deep, where little sunlight reaches. Man, they are fast. Let's just check up here quick. Yeah, we can like brute force through, but probably don't want to. Veil field. These veils here create a set of gauzy walls closing off the ocean around. Hypnotic lights. There's beauty to being inside a field of veils. I thought you said you hated it. It was too hard to look at. A song of light that makes it impossible to keep a sense of direction. Luckily I have maps. Veil clearing. Who knows how temporary these gaps in the walls of the veils are. Not a new guy. We should make use of them while we can. Tangled veils. The tangled veils create a translucent, twitching maze. These looped veils are carrying a wave of light that passes from one individual to another and back again. What does this mean? Are they communicating? Or transferring electrical signals somehow? Veil passage, an avenue between the veils. Flickering shapes caught in the suit's lamp suggest other creatures make use of this safe passage too. Veil edge. Like city lights beyond a curtain, I can see the warm pinpricks of an oasis behind this waxy veil. So we could just go through, but I guess we can go around as well. Translucent shell. Some creature has shed or lost a segment of its tail shell here, among the veils. It looks small enough to sample. I guess we have to go through there. This seems closed off, so I don't think we could get in there any other way. Tail segment. A section of shell from a creature with a translucent tail. So I guess we might as well go here just to have been here in case she would mention something here, but she did not. Yeah, we don't have too much power left. Let's just go here quickly and do a scan. Basalt shelf. The veils seem to sit away from these basalt shelves, preferring to see themselves in the silty dark between rocks. It is hard to tell if this is a colonial creature or a single individual. Whichever it is, we should keep our distance to avoid those tentacles. And cold fire bathers. What? That is an edgy name. I'm going to name these cold fire bathers. They seem to be strongly linked to the light of these fans. That's all you say. I don't know, man. That sounds a bit too edgy for me. These wide petal-shaped plants gather in groups and grow in the light of deep-sea fans. Their pollen fills the water around each stem. Angle edge. A gap in the tightly knotted veils leads to the welcoming amber light of another oasis. Past the drifting sheets, another pattern of light skirts around the edges of the tangle. A mutual predator to the veils, perhaps? Creature remains. This veil is hung with the husks of its catches, like dark clouds obscuring the starlit sky of its bioluminescence. Jesus Christ. Yep, she definitely should take up poetry. Sometimes they feel a little too, I don't know, eloquent for just a scientific observation. I need to use something up here. I don't really have anything like this. I can't use this for power. This is just oxygen too, and these I want to keep, so yeah. This is kind of bad. I mean, I guess these are worse. Yeah, just throw that away for nothing. This is 10% power though, so we could use one of these. An unknown creature caught by a veil and partially digested. This should be the same thing, right? So, I mean, for now, let's hold off, I guess, but that should be fine. To, like, use one of those for power. Right fan? Unlike the Bloom's fans, these deep water variants are covered with a translucent sheath of mucus, which protects their delicate spines. Glowing fan? This fan shimmers with waves of cold fire, bathing the surrounding oasis in warm light. And that's the same. Okay, so I'm just going to use one of those for power. That's good at least. Deep oasis. Another garden of creatures rooted into a dark basalt shelf. A welcome break from the intensity of the Veil field. I think I just saw something over here. Living outcrop. Tiny creatures crawl silently along the layers of dark rock, leaving behind small, strange marks in the shallow silt piles. That's just more of these, yeah. That's just oxygen, which I don't really care about. Unless we can use it for something on the field. We haven't tried that with many things in the Abyss. Just seems like it's probably generally not that useful. Bare outcrop. The side of the outcrop where the warm light of the fans does not reach is absent of life. Small burrow. At the edge of the outcrop in the light sand slope, a shallow burrow leads down. Eggs glint within. We could sample them here. But I don't have space. I don't want to get rid of this. They're good. Yeah. That does nothing. I guess I'll do this. Hello? These creatures seem to follow the same routes back and forth through the veils. Why do they limit themselves to these pathways? Basalt. Oh, missed that guy. There he is. Abyssal sail shell. What is it about this abyss that makes her get so edgy? Abyssal sail shells. Those wide tail plates are instantly recognizable. Yeah, she just got like 8th grader syndrome going down here. Everything has to be like dark and edgy. Did I finish reading this? At the northernmost tip of this outcrop, a dark pillar rises up, its stacked layers edged with pale silt. Beaded eggs, a string of orange eggs found in the deep ocean. I'm kind of like full up on stuff. I kind of want to like go back and cash stuff in. Shelf edge. As the basalt shelf sinks back into the silt, the ocean floor falls away into a huge field of glittering veils. Just more veils. I don't even know how like far we are in the terminal now. Ovular growths? God, I just can't read. Growths. These pale, pulsing creatures have noticeable growths budding off from their central form. We could sample them here. Don't be more than one. There's more than one. Damn it. The bud of a egg-shaped creature found in the deep. I mean, I guess these are easier to get, so I can't even like do that. There's no point. Just do that, I guess. Or I could have just thrown it out, seen if it did anything. Veil field. Away from the outcrops, the veils claim what territory they can. This field is the largest I've seen, wandering away into the deep. Yeah, like, I don't really want to go in the Veil field now. It doesn't look like we'll have any, like, point to escape here. Can I even escape if I go back? Like, is that possible? Or are we just, like, stuck here until I finish this? Let's just try going back and see if I'm able to, like, return above ground. Because I feel like I want to cash in on all this research and then, like, refill on power and stuff. And then we can just, like, speed through here. Because there's just too much new stuff. I feel like a middle landing point would have been kind of nice here. Oh, there we go. Mapped region. Okay. Yeah, let's just leave. Ovoid bud. The bud of an egg-shaped creature found in the deep. Multiple taxonomy entries. Further analysis possible. Water bulb. Abyssal sail shell. But then this one I need like more stuff. Yeah, I need like another sample, I guess. Okay. Abyssal sail shell. These shelled creatures, with their large, translucent tails, are surprisingly fast for animals of their kind. Occasionally spotted weaving between veils in the deep, they use this speed as a way of evading the slow-moving tangles. They are also dark in color and small, making them a difficult target for other creatures that might hunt them. They use modified back legs with wide oar-like shapes to both propel themselves and make rapid turns. But most distinctive of all their features is their large, translucent tail, which stands like a crest behind them. From my observations, these tails seem to be a form of propulsion for the sail shells, but until I can inspect a fragment of one in more detail, this cannot be confirmed. After finding a segment from a sail shell's tail, it seems obvious that these creatures use their tails for propulsion. I'm not the only one messing up. But rather than flapping them like a flipper, the sail shells use their tails to catch currents and allow the flow of water propel them through the deep ocean. Yep. Definitely some like spell checking would be needed and like, you know, grammatical errors. Their tails and the rest of their shells are incredibly light. I'm just like, I have to, you know, point out mistakes because that makes my mistakes feel more like allowed, you know? I'm not the only one. And the rest of their shells are incredibly light, which means that even a mild flow is enough to grant them significant speed. This may also be why they follow the same paths. Their propulsion is best suited to using currents where they can find them, rather than choosing their own route. But why travel back and forth through dangerous veil territory over and over? Perhaps a look at a full sail shell, even a larval one, could help us understand this. After analyzing a clutch of beaded sail shell eggs and inspecting their anatomy, I've started to understand their behavior. Larval sail shells are already forming modified limbs with thin, thread-like whisks on them. These limbs move so fast when the sail shell is swimming that they can't be seen, but in the dormant eggs they are clearly visible. These whisks would allow the sail shell to feed by catching small larval creatures as well as any other particles of nutrients found in the water. This must be what the sail shells are doing when they follow their carefully selected paths back and forth through the water. It is also likely that the veils attract, trap, and produce tiny particles that the sail shells feed on, hence their close proximity, god damn it. The results for sail shells is a very risky feeding pattern. Good lord. They look pretty cool though. Swimming limbs, nutrient sweepers, yeah. Shell markings. I thought it was like one, like almost like a vertical thing to sail, but I guess not. Alright. Brine Strider, not done yet. Snare Veil, not done. Water Bulb, done. Water bulbs are pale, soft, egg-shaped creatures with transparent sections in their outer membrane. Water bulbs filter water through their interiors, which are hollow apart from a single gelatinous sphere which sits at their center. Their anatomy is so unique that it is difficult to understand exactly what these incredibly passive creatures are doing. They seem to have small stump-like legs at their base for stability, but it is unclear if they can use them to move. Water bulbs seem to simply sit and filter water while bathing in the pale light at the edge of the fan oases. Perhaps we could understand more by analyzing the petal pollen and other particles they seem to absorb when filtering the oasis water. Or oases water? The analysis of petal pollen, which reveals them to be water bubbles with a skin of waste matter, fails to add much more to our understanding of the water bulbs. It's clear that they gain nutrients and perhaps some of the oxygen housed in their interior from their consumption of the pollen, but unlike the glowing fans, they don't seem to be reliant on it. Instead, they display a surprising level of passivity while... that's how it's pronounced, yeah? While absorbing and filtering much of their local environments. They seem to be without predators or prey, and are ignored by many other life forms. I've noticed that some specimens have buds, small growths. Shouldn't there be like a comma or something here? Small growths which suggest they are growing clones of themselves to reproduce. Perhaps by carefully sampling one of these buds, we might get a miniature picture of the water bulb's anatomy. Analyzing a water bulb bud has provided an important insight into their anatomy. The bulbs themselves are mostly hollow, with only a thin membrane, filled with pores separating them and the water around. The interior side of this membrane is iridescent, lined with hexagonal crystals of guanine? I don't know. Producing an effect like eye shine seen in terrestrial cats, sharks and other creatures, but on a much larger scale. These crystals reflect light onto the sphere at the center of the bulb, which is in fact a huge and impossibly complex compound eye. This eye can see a broad spectrum of light, including UV and IR. How do you, get all of this from analysis of just a single sample? With at least 36 different photoreceptor types. What are these water bulbs observing, and why when they are so passive? Just the thought of their total vision makes me nervous in their presence. Huh. Transparent windows. Thin external membrane. Stabilizing leg stump. Now they spell it with 2 R's! I'm vindicated, yeah, it's not just me that thought iridescent was spelled with 2 R's, which it apparently isn't. Irradiant is 2 R's, but iridescent is apparently just 1. I don't know, man. Internal layer, water bulb eye, layered photoreceptors. Yeah. And we'll leave that for now. Plants. Cold fire bathers, not done yet. And bloom froth, not done yet. Okay, there we go. Already feels like we've been doing an hour of it, but we haven't. It's just been a lot of taxonomy, which taxes me. Haha, ha. I want to go here, but I guess not. I must have been here or something at this point, I think, but yeah. Hold on, wait, let's check my sample store. So I probably want to bring something that has decent power conversion, like a spark colony or something, yeah. Though I'm not really getting any spark colonies anymore. preferably something I have like a decent amount of, or is like easy to get more of. Like these aren't too bad, I guess. Yeah, those bees might be the best we've got. These are really good. Hopefully we'll get more of those. Why are these in like 2? Huh? Hold on. That's weird. If I, like, take these out and then put them in. Okay, weird. I don't know why it did that. Oh, and then wait. Yeah, no, I have scanned everything here. Yeah, that I can. I mean, I guess let's get a spark colony and like one of these. That should be good enough. 40% if we need it. Just having space was like the main problem, honestly. So yeah, let's go back. Let's do one of these. Oh god. Yeah, and that drained my power, like, a lot. How would I prevent that? I don't know if I can, like, do something to scare them away. Also, yeah, this is the wrong way to go. Yeah, they're kind of little dicks, those guys. Get out of here. Yeah, we don't even have them fully scanned yet. Oxygen does not seem to be the problem in this area. It's like the opposite of the bloom. So we can probably just like use up a lot of oxygen going here. I will definitely take everything I can here. Some of these were very good. Yeah, that's very good. And a lot of these gave oxygen, which means I can just maintain the speed. It was this way around, right? Yeah. Can I go back here and get another sample? Is that still active? So I think that's worth it. Well, it's only 5%, so I guess that specifically wasn't worth it, but it did say, like, oh, more analysis can work. But I don't think that means we need more of them. I think we just need more, like, information about the creatures. Not too sure. But yeah, we're kind of sitting pretty now, I feel. Let's just use another one. Why not? After I collect these things, I guess. So now, let's just, like, convert some stuff. This into oxygen, sure. Both of them? Let's, like, dump this in. Oh yeah, that's oxygen. Spark colony. I think this one's gonna be easier to get here. And like that. And this was oxygen. No. Let's do... Yeah, that's already charged. Never mind. So we can hold off. Yep, good. Another one of those. I like those. Very useful. And this is just more oxygen. Yep. Yeah, and we're already back where I left off, so that's really not that bad. Veil loop. A group of looped veils output the same pattern in an ornate game of call and response. Are they communicating with each other? Yep, that's what I said. Smarter than a scientist. And now I like don't really have anything. What is this anyway? 20% of that. Do I have anything that's like less than that? It would be this, but like I want to maybe keep that one. This one we can just like dump, I suppose. And I suppose one of these, like, charge this up. Drop that in, and this should be fine. Yeah, now I almost have too much power and resources. Veil Gap. A split in the veils leads into their ornate interior. Navigating this huge tangle will be a struggle. Do I want to go this way? I kind of want to go left since I think we're going up here. Like, this is the way to go for the robot ROV. Oh, we can't go. Well, we can go here. But it does seem like there's no reason to go through these. It's just like there's a way around, usually. That's just like a shortcut that costs some power, so never mind. The veils are reaching in towards this point on the ocean floor, like vines seeking the sun. Are they all trying to, like, converge into one life form? Are you curious? Mirrored veils. The veils on each side are mimicking each other, both in shape and pattern. They're pulsing lights playing a mirror game. Like Mirror's Edge? Or what? Here the walls of veils come in close, turning away from the core of the tangle at strange angles. Twisting passages. Mirror's Edge is kind of on the mind because I just picked up, like, during the sale, the follow-up Mirror's Edge Catalyst. Won't be, like, streaming that or anything, I just want to play it on my own. Mirror's Edge 1 was very good. This one seems less good, and you have to run it, like, via Origin, but I'm still interested when I have time. Veil Field. From this middle point of the tangle, it is impossible to see beyond the glimmering walls to the ocean beyond. Oh, a second, okay, no. Other lights. Among the hypnotic patterns of the veils, other lights move, pinpricks like LEDs, shifting in the loose orbit of an unseen body. What is happening here? The tangle turns back on itself, revealing new paths into its interior. A lot of stuff here. Twisted veils. I'm starting to think there is some battle for territory between the veils. Sorry, like hiccups. That is a spooky sound. As they search for the best spots to cast their nets, being interrupted by scary enemies or creatures. A gap in the middle of the tangle where the lights are dimmer, the sickening, shifting sensation lessened. Narrow gap. Here the veils close in towards each other, sheets passing up against one another with gentle waves. And we can go down here as well. Veil corner. The veils meet here, but through their translucent skin I can see the dark shape of an outcrop. Yeah, so we kind of have to power through if I don't go another way. Let's go down here, I guess. Unlike the other outcrops, this dark rock is being invaded by the veils, subsumed by the tangles. Zap. So let's just, like, drop in something that gave me power. Hello. Guess I'll drop the spark colony. Might have been a bit of a waste. Cold fire fan. Also edgy. I'll call these cold fire fans, after those mesmerizing flame-like pulses. What? Filter-feeding fans that, beneath a mucus sheath, pulse with warm light, often surrounded by other creatures benefiting from their glow. Wait, shit. What did it say? Stop. A wilted fan faintly pulses, while spines of its body are broken away, still faintly glowing in the silt. Faintly. We could sample them here. And this is like the end, yeah. Probably just one, I imagine? No, that looks like two. Yeah. Which means I need to drop something. I don't really have anything to drop, so... this thing, I guess. Should be fine. Oh god, there's so much of it. These seem pretty good too, though, because it's like a double. 30% here and 10% here. So I probably want to skip out on something else, like the egg. Or the eggs. Digested remains is probably not worth having. I already have 2 of them. But now I, like, want to go back again. I'm just kind of a hoarder, I guess. I don't really need this. It should be fine to just ignore this and, like, use them up if I need to. But yeah, do I want to keep going left? I guess I kind of feel like maybe we should go towards the ROV, like, for now, and then we'll worry about exploring all the branches later. Especially since then maybe I'll be allowed to, like, go torch the place, the laboratory. I guess it's because there's going to be like a story thing where we now have to go to the laboratory and open that up to get some answers. 2 veils that look like they have recently split present a narrow gap in this maze. It should be like up here or something, I think. Hey guy, Deep Orrery. He's like blocking my path. With all these orbiting polyps and strings, I'm naming this creature the Deep Orrery. Can I, like, do something to spook him? Honk or something? I guess you just maybe wait them out is the way to do it. An ornate creature that casts a net-like arrangement of tentacles and polyps to shock passing prey into submission. Yeah. I'm not submissive. Screw you. The curving walls lead to another gap in the tangle, filled with light and movements. Veil clearing. Another clearing in the field, surrounded by possible routes both through and past the flickering veils. Tangle split. One tangle is split away from another here, moving down the slope away from the field. Veil passage. As tangles split away from each other, the density of the field starts to thin out. Tangle gap. This gap between tangles allows passage further down the slope. It was here, right? Or was it further up, maybe? Veil waste pile. Bodies of creatures that were trapped in the veils lie piled in the silt. The veils must pass them here from tangle to tangle. Let's loot some corpses. How many? There's at least 2. Yeah, there's 2. They're kind of crappy, though. It's just more digested remains. Okay. Well, in that case, like, this is good. We can just do that. And let's just, like, confirm that it is just digested remains, like, same as before. Whoops. Yeah, it's just the same thing. So that probably doesn't say anything new. Basalt outcrop. At the far side of the veil field, this outcrop sits silently, dappled with warm pockets of life. Really feel like we should have gotten, like, some way to call up the drone at this point. Because this is getting a little ridiculous. Ovular growths. At the tip of the shelf, fed by a soft current, these creatures pump moving water around the outcrop. Is this why the veils stay away? Glowing spine. Here, take this. No, okay. Didn't do anything. Ow! Fuck you! God damn it! Oh, I should have used that myself. Wait, did I already grab it? Oh yeah. No? What? Wasn't there something to grab here? No, this was just like an object? I thought there was something to grab here. Okay. And this was 10% of that, so I mean, we might as well, since we're here. Fuck you! God damn it. Okay, he just stole more. Guess let's go down. Volcanic shelf. A large basalt pillar sits on the shelf, its dark skin textured by the lights of the nearby tangle. Fuck you! Stop doing it! God damn it, man! Alright. Guess we can do this now. Now I, like, actually need more stuff, so yeah, sure, let's just, like, use up stuff so I get more space anyway. Deep Oasis. The glow of an amber fan and the soft shapes of its petal audience can be seen just behind the black something. I don't want to get fucking zapped again, I have to go. I couldn't read it. Fuck these guys. I wish I could, like, use something to, like, spook them off for a while. Glowing fan, sample candidate. Shielded from the veils by the basalt pillar, this fan hosts a small colony of petals, their spores speckled across its stealth? Shelf? What did it say? I keep, like, wanting to go fast so they don't, like, grab me. The black rock. And across its shelf. What is that word? That must be wrong, right? Sheath? Shelf? I think that's wrong? Wait, I could sample here. I thought I could, but then it didn't seem like I could. That's just another one of those, that's fine. Yeah, just deep pollen. Don't really need that. Yeah, shelf. Exposed roots. The petals here have had their roots dug up by some creature. We could take a sample of them here. Can I please, like, at least find one new waypoint or something before we, or the ROV, before I, like, end it off today? We just have one thing here. So, I mean, I guess I'll just dump this in here. At least that's useful. Petal root. The bulbous roots of a deep sea plant life forming from a glowing oasis. Rectangle. These glittering veils have formed a close perimeter around the outcrop, but seem to be keeping their distance. Don't do it. Fuck you. And that's it. Okay, this path is now done. Was there something, like, down here that I could force my way through? Wait, is this where I came from? I didn't think it was. I guess it is. Let's use this now, since we're just exploring. And I have more oxygen than I need anyway. The tangle is behind us now, leaving only the dark of the deep ocean ahead. That means we're getting close, right? Tangle edge. The veil thins out, the last of their light falling across the sandy slope. What is happening up here? I keep seeing, like, in the corner of my eye, like, something, like, pulsing? Oh, is that... No, that's not the scan. Across the sandy slope as it descends into the deeper water. Or into deeper water. I'll just go here for now. And we've been here. Yeah, alright. Descending slope. The slope continues its irresistible descent towards the distant abyssal plain. It must be right here, right? Rock shelf. Another shelf appears out of the dark, but nowhere on its surface can I see the warm glow of a fan. Basalt outcrop. Unlike the other outcrops, this one's free of life. Is proximity to the veils vital for other colonies' coexistence? That's it, right? Yep. Disabled ROV. Another of Mina's ROVs. Scattered across the outcrop. We should still be able to use its transmission core to reach the base. I mean, it's understandable with this much text that you would have some... You would slip up here and there. Dark water. Outside the reach of the veils, the dark, cool water is a welcome change from the incoherent patterns of the lights. Let me just, like, check here quick. Yeah, we can go this way. We seem to be through. No more veils ahead. I was supposed to come from here. Okay, well, let's leave that for now. And here, in the middle of the outcrop, a ROV. This one was carrying a supply cache too. We can recharge and refill our oxygen. I don't want to, I just want to leave. Let's access its map data. Open up the terminal when you're ready. If I do that, I don't think... Can I, like, go back here to this point? Because that's what I want to do. It seems like this ROV was disabled by the veils, like the other one. This can't be right. The mapping scans report a large physical anomaly just north of here. Oh, cool. Love it. From the data, it looks like a structure. That's impossible. Maybe the veils fried the sensors? Either way, we should go check it out. I thought you said, like... I thought it was, like, organic. Like a creature. But no, I guess it's a structure. So I guess we should push on then, because if that's like a way station then... Somehow down here. Shelf edge. What does that sound? Past the shelf, there's only the dark of the descending slope. Yeah, this is scary. Dark water. There is nothing here but the silt flickering in the suit's headlamps. Yep. There sure is something. Angular rocks. Some strangely geometric... Hold on, is this centered? Yeah. Rocks sit in the dark. What are these formations? You wanna talk? Unknown structure. A huge flat structure bedded into the seafloor. Could mean I have built this? You don't want to talk about it now? What are we looking at here? Is this some, like, Stargate or something? It appears to be some kind of shaft cut into the bedrock. I can't see the bottom. Oh, cool. Great. Deeper. That's cool. Who made this? It looks like it's been here far longer than anything else. It's aliens. Dark shaft. A yawning black shaft that descends into the seafloor. An anomaly that must be solved. I don't want to go down. No. 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 Okay, it was only... Oh, we're just going deeper and deeper. Okay. Is this like the end of the game or something? We can still go deeper, but there's more stuff to look at now. Open shaft. The suit's lamp reveal two dark holes on opposite sides of the shaft. Their torn edges thick with crimson rust. Collapsed room. The compartment is filled with sand and rock, which looks to have entered through the collapsed ceiling. Shadowed corridor. Is that that's a 0? No, I guess that's always been how the O looks. It looks much narrower than an O should be. The bent entryway bulges inward like the interior corridor of some huge creature's distended body. Uh-huh. Hi. Pale polyp. These pale creatures are scraping patterns into the walls. What are they? Let's see what we can find out. This almost motionless polyp with its waving cilia is anchored to the metal plating. Its pale flesh is drained of color. Sand-choked room. Sand drifts soften the metal room. On the far wall, strange spirals glint in the headlamps as a pale creature obsessively traces their patterns. And that's it. Nothing here? Oh boy. What is that up there? And that's it. That's as deep as we can go. We can't go anywhere else here. Entry seal. A huge round doorway sealed by a thin metal security iris, the plates of which are furred with orange rust. It's some kind of facility. What was happening down here? Why would someone bury this place so deep? We have to get inside. We can use the torch to cut through the seal. Fire it up. Yeah, I mean, surely, could we not have the torch at this point? I guess we could. I just found that. I forgot how that works. So this takes power to prime it? Yeah. Not that much, though. Is it doing it? Yeah. Breached corridor. Sand and rock fills one side of the accessway. Dark holes in the walls and ceiling reveal layers of eaten-away piping and ducts. I just want to, like, be able to get out again, honestly. Entry hall. Beyond the doorway, a vast dark space opens out into the rock, filled with the skeletal remains of rusted machines. The tone is... oh, Jesus. Yeah, it's shifting. Red sediment. The water is filled with red flakes, catching in the lamps. From the walls, rusticles hang in lumpen garlands. This place is huge. How the hell was it built down here? There's very little oxygen for the rebreather to cycle here, so we are running on reserves. Let's move. I want to move away, I think. Ruined hall. Once a loading bay or vehicle hangar, this domed atrium is now dark and distorted. Its huge sand drifts hiding piles of oxidized metal. Rusted platform. Above a huge shelf lurches out. Above a huge shelf lurches out of the curved roof of the bay. That's a weird sentence too. Its underside hung with globular orange spines. Can we leave? Derelict vehicle. The eaten-away frame of a vehicle lies outside the lock. The canopy twisted open and fused in place. Arcology entry? I don't know what that means. A large open lock leads into the depths of what appears to be a corporate arcology. What secrets have been buried in this place? I don't know if we're, like, nearing the end. Open lock. Both doors of the massive main lock sit open. The entire arcology must be flooded. Oh? User Ex Otero. Massive breach. Life support will fail in 2 hours. Is there anyone from Baikal on this channel? Please respond. Hey, guy. You have some questions to answer. Buried concourse. The vast volume of arcology lies ahead, piled with rock and sand, drowned in this dark ocean. Derelict buildings. The main volume of the arcology is broken up by low buildings, partitioned away from the space. Were these offices? Homes? Those are Baikal markings. What was an exoplanet extraction corp doing here? I worked for Baikal. Mina worked for Baikal. They built the suit. They built the base. They mine exoplanets, skim helium from gas giants. They help drive forward humanity's expansion. If they discovered life, we would have known. Everyone would have known. Unless... conspiracy. Something happened here. Something they didn't want anyone to know about. I don't know. Governments and corporations wouldn't do that. Aren't we gonna, like, save this guy? Why aren't we saving this guy? Take him with us. Like, he's still alive. It says life support will fail in 2 hours, so he's still fine now, right? Why are we not doing anything? Sandy clearing. In all directions, huge sand drifts shine in the dark. Among them, the shapes of crippled buildings resemble the remains of a desert city. Help him! Help the man! What the hell, man? Here, take this. We can't, like, link. We can't do anything. We can't sample. Can't connect to him. I guess... Oh, it's like dive recorder. It's not actually a person. It's like... information. Like it's a log or something. But yeah, I think I want to stop here for now. It doesn't seem like we'll get to a place where it's like, oh, now we can beam up. This seems pretty big. So I think I'm just gonna go back at this point. Let's keep the rest. There's something down here, but yeah, we'll see that next time. Not sure if she'll let me torch that other base at this point, or if we still have to, like, keep doing this stuff. Since I did find the ROV that she so preciously wanted. Or obsessively, rather, I guess. I don't know if I like the fact that I've settled for, like, doing just the sketches as thumbnails for the series, because I mean, I thought, like, oh, it'll be boring to just see, you know, like, this stuff and, like, cropping out tiny portions of just, like, nonsense. But sometimes, maybe that would have been better. Because, like, some of these sketches won't really be very relevant in this area. Yeah, let's just exit for here. For now. Here for now. Can I do that now? Yep, that's done. Was that because I had another one, or was that because I checked the, like, the dudes more? I think that was because I got another one, right? Cold fire fans. Yeah. Oh, and this. That should be done now. Sometimes it's hard to see, like, when they are striked over. Oh boy. I don't know, like... I'm not sure I have it in me to read all this now, but at the same time, I didn't really like my previous self for leaving some of that reading for today, because that made me pretty tired right off the bat, so maybe it is better to try and get through it right now. Didn't I already read this? This has been, like, updated? Or... huh? Yeah? This has changed? After finding a segment of a... yeah, propulsion? Yeah? What? I've already done this. We've seen this. What? Why is it saying this is updated when it doesn't seem like anything has changed? That's weird. Rhinestrider, no. Cold fire fan. These tall fan-shaped filter feeders can be found in the deep ocean of Gliesbla, where they glow with a distinctive warm bioluminescence. The centerpieces of the deep ocean's oases of life, cold fire fans and their flame-like pulsing light attract many other creatures to live around them. How this benefits the fan isn't precisely clear, but there are many possibilities, including defense and sustenance. Although the fans themselves do not lack in defenses, as unlike the smaller and paler fans which can be found in the bloom, cold fire fans have a sheddable mucus sheath, which stops... yeah, sheath. So sheath would have made sense, but they said, like, shelf before, which stops them becoming overgrown with other plants and creatures. Sampling and analyzing these sheaths might give some further insight into the role they play in the fan's eating habits. Getting hold of a cold fire fan's sheath has brought many other samples with it. The sheath itself was covered in pollen, microbiological colonies, even fecal matter. It seems that the sheath acts as a barrier for large particles, blocking them from reaching the fan's spines, while smaller particles pass through and are digested by the fan. The fan's light is then a beacon specifically intended to bring creatures into its glow, benefiting the fan with the resulting increase in particles in the local area. The sheath stops this from becoming overwhelming for the fan and can be shed in order to protect it. The patterns of the fan's light remain mysterious though. Why does each individual display different pulses and waves at different times? They're sentient. Analysis of the cold fire fan's spine we acquired shows that fans do not only possess light-producing cells, but also light receptors too. It's Morse code. These incredibly sensitive cells are found on the front of the fan, and show the fans are able to perceive the lights. Oh yeah, that's why they have like giant eyeballs, right? Or was that a different one? Can't remember. Maybe it's like these are the senders of information, and the eyeball ones are like the corresponding receivers? I don't know. These incredibly sensitive cells are found on the front of the fan, and show the fans are being able to perceive lights of other creatures, including other fans. As each fan tends to its own oasis, perhaps the fans use their lights as territorial markers, signaling to other fans that their basalt column is taken. They may even use them to communicate with other species, responding to the flashing patterns of veils, for example, and letting them know not to approach their territory. Like lighthouses, cold fire fans seem to act as both safe havens and warning signals, depending on the creature they are signaling. Okay, they're a bit different. Yeah? Nothing here. Nothing here. Cold fire bathers. Cold fire bathers are pale, thick-stalked trefoil plants found in the deep of Gleesus Ocean. The only known specimens currently identified have all been found gathered around glowing fans, basking in their warm light. This suggests that the bathers are photosynthesizing this bioluminescence in order to live, and therefore cannot live outside of the sustaining glow of the fans. This has a knock-on effect for other life, as groupings of bathers then attract other creatures, perhaps to feed on or hide within them. The bathers also seem to produce a type of pollen made up of small particles that float on the deep water currents. This may well be a seasonal or rare event that my visit has happened to coincide with, or a constant state. Further study of this pollen would be desirable. Analysis of bather pollen has shown that they are released around bubbles of oxygen, a waste product of the plant's photosynthesis. These bubbles are surrounded with a layer of pollen particles, which weigh them down so that they do not immediately rise to the surface. Instead, these bubbles drift through the water near the bather, and in many cases settle on the nearby fan. The fans then consume these bubbles, absorbing both the oxygen and pollen, along with anything else which reaches them. This direct exchange of energy and nutrients makes the fans and their bathers closely linked, a strong bond formed under the principle of mutual gain. The sample we acquired of a bather root network shows the presence of bulbs within their root network. These bulbs appear to be a way of the bathers storing the energy gained from their photosynthesis of the fan's bioluminescent light. Something feels off about that. Concealed in rocky cracks and the softer silty substrate of the seafloor, they must allow bathers to outlive fans which die off or stop producing light. This suggests that despite appearances, it is not the fans which maintain the bathers, but the other way around. The bathers then, despite appearing like worshippers of the fans, clustered around their bases, create the conditions for the fans to grow within, ensuring themselves a regular supply of light in exchange for oxygen. In a sense, the fans are their captives. How sinister. Yeah? Alright, that's it. We got through it. There's still more to find, though, right? I think I got everything else. Yeah. There's more to find, but that is for next time, in that case. So, yeah, we have more stuff to find here. I don't know if I should just, like, go back here immediately. Maybe we should try this again, see if we can go in here now. If we can, I'll go... Yeah, maybe we'll do that, like... Next time, if I can go in here... I don't know, I'm changing my mind as I speak. I was gonna say, like, go in here, we'll do that, and then go over here, and then take care of all these, like, leftovers before I do this, but at the same time, that would probably take an entire stream, if not more. Is that worth it to, like, hold off on this, when this is what's actually interesting? Like, what the hell is going on? Maybe it's better to leave the, like, minor extra scan points and finishing the taxonomy for after we've explored here? We'll see. I'll think about it for next time. Yeah, still interesting. Still just very hard to read this much in one go. But let's leave it off here and switch over to some crosscode.